Hello, everyone, and welcome to our official YouTube page.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yay.
On this YouTube page, we're going to be doing things like podcasts, vlogs, reviews, let's plays, short films, feature films, and film trailers.
You should know this by now, though.
Yeah. We're going to keep doing this intro, though, until there's more of you. For the new members and people first-time listeners,
Damn you people.
this is the stuff you get to know. Damn you people. Love you people.
I don't love you people. You make me mad.
You're probably the reason we don't have many subscribers.
Yo, you know what? I'm proud.
Don't listen to him. Negative Nelly.
My name's not Nelly. It's Jim.
Jim Bob Bubba Bush.
Jim Baba Bob Bush Bobbity Buddy Dope.
Anyone listening now, like and subscribe. Comment things you want us to talk about, whatever.
Or I will find you.
Or he will find you. Anyway, last week we talked about Dark Alley Productions, the origins of. Didn't get a lot of views because no one's searching Dark Alley Productions, whereas people might actually search Mad Max or search Prometheus.
Yeah.
But whatever. And people will definitely be searching what we're talking about this week.
Oh, they should be. It's a big thing.
It's a fresh thing. Just happened this week, too.
Fresh and big.
Fresh and big. Just the way I like my penis.
Well, let's be honest, it's not that big.
I know. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about bum 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 bum. New Force Awakens trailer.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jim.
Oh, God, I gotta clean this.
We just ejaculated all over everything. Oh, yes, the new Star Wars Force Awakens trailer came out on Monday.
Holy shit.
Well, I guess this is like the first trailer. Everything else has been teasers.
Yeah, is it the first official trailer?
Yeah, first official trailer and the final trailer, too.
Final? No more trailers?
No more trailers. There'll be TV spots closer to the release, but they'll just be made up of footage we've already seen.
Alright, well. It's kind of a good thing, actually, because they're not revealing too much in that case.
Yeah. I noticed that. A lot of people talking about that. How, like, the trailers, they show a lot, but they don't tell you fuck all about what the movie's actually about.
Yeah. So you hate those trailers where they spell out the movie for you.
Terminator Genesis. Sorry.
Unknown.
Just got a little cold there. It's gone, though. There was a cold in this room for a minute.
Yeah, it was very, very affecting.
We got better real quick.
Thanks to the power of drinks.
Yeah, I hate that shit. You know, you watch a trailer. Even games do it. You watch a trailer and you know exactly what the fuck's gonna happen. I don't have a clue what's gonna happen in this fucking movie.
No, the trailer, it's like he said, it shows a lot, but it doesn't really reveal.
It shows what you need to know to fucking nerd come.
Yeah.
That's what it shows. It shows, like,
blasters, big fights.
Yeah, characters, music, the original music. So, Ryan, what did you think of the newest Star Wars Force Awakens trailer?
Well, to be honest, it was fucking shit.
Terrible, eh? Fucking
Terrible.
garbage.
Garbage.
Not seeing this movie.
You know, fucking, why isn't George Lucas on this shit?
Oh, you took it too far. It was funny for a bit, but you took it too far. It's so much fun when you say things are bad that are good, but then you're like, but George Lucas, and it's like, no. You're taking it too far.
You killed the joke. You killed it. But, honestly, I watched the trailer and I was like, it was pretty fucking awesome. I mean, especially when, like you said, like near the end of the trailer, you get into the Star Wars epic music.
Yeah.
And you just see the fighters going at each other and
You really like that part, eh? With the start, or the Y-Wings and the Imperial fighters.
Yeah, just there's like a cloud of them just fucking going at each other.
That's like the biggest Star Wars battle we've ever seen in space. Or not space, but like a flying battle.
In a flying battle, yeah.
Because usually it's like Luke against one other guy or a couple other guys.
Like, no, this is a whole, like, just... This is actual fighter squadrons.
This huge battle, like hundreds of TIE fighters. Hundreds.
It's just so epic that You know what? I got the chills watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I got the chills watching it. I was like, yes, this is Star Wars. This is awesome.
So we knew about this trailer in advance, right?
Oh yeah.
I knew it was happening, and then I found out on the internet it was happening during a football game. That was the first place you could see it when I was at work Monday night, and I'm like, they always have baseball or sports on anyway, so I'm like, we put the football game on? Let's put the football game on. Come on, who wants to watch football?
Wants to watch that nice of
And
football.
obviously, everyone I work with knows, what are you doing? You don't like sports.
Yeah. I'm like, trying to pull.
So I'm like, okay, fine, there's a Star Wars trailer on the football, we gotta watch it.
Don't judge me.
So I put it on. I get the football game on, it's actually on. I start sweeping, start mopping, and I would check every now and then, is the trailer on? It's like 20 minutes goes by, and I go check, is the trailer on? Fucking baseball's on! I'm like, no! What are you doing?
You dicks!
We need to watch the football. We need the football. Why? Oh, so I had to wait till I got home. And then, of course, get home. What's the first thing I see on the internet? Star Wars. Force Awakens trailer. Oh my god. So I shut up Emily, the girlfriend, like really quick, just like, shh. In the middle of talking, like, we gotta watch this. Shh. Put it on. I can't remember. I don't remember if I watched it on the laptop or the TV, but it opens, dude. That chick's face.
Yeah.
She's going through the crashed.
Like destroyer.
Yeah, the Imperial destroyer. And it's like, who are you?
I'm nobody. Well, you look like somebody.
Yeah. Who is she? Who do we know who she is? Like, we have theories.
Either she. I bet she has a connection to the Skywalkers or one of those old characters.
I bet it's Leia's daughter. Han and Leia. That's my bet.
Maybe.
That's where I'm placing the money. Chips are down.
I don't know. It's hard to say with her. She must have some connection with them. I honestly couldn't guess what that connection is.
And I'm guessing, I hate to be the douchebag who says the black guy, but the black guy, I'm guessing, just because he's actually a Jedi from this, we can see, that he's Luke's kid somehow.
Maybe, but again, we don't know. He could be...
That's my theory. That's my fan theory.
Maybe he is the son of Luke, but... I don't know. That's something we had to see in the movie.
But I know that people would be like, he's black. Well, maybe Luke fucked a black chick and then fucking created black man.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. It's like, yeah, maybe he married a black woman. We don't know. The movie never shows.
The trailer goes on, and then you see more of the new Sith Lord or whatever, the
Kylo Ren,
who looks like a fucking badass. Like this guy looks so cool. He makes Darth Maul look lame.
Well, Darth Maul was kind of lame.
He was kind of lame, but he looked cool until he took his hood off. And he just looked like a painted guy.
A painted unicorn.
Painted unicorn. Painted unicorn with like a disease who has multiple horns.
The odd one who had more than one horn.
Even my girlfriend said that the first time she saw Phantom Menace. She was like, that's like terrible makeup. They just painted his face. It's like, I know. But he looks cool with his hood on. Like his outfit's sick. And he's got the dual end lightsaber. Like, but this new Sith is like competing with Darth Vader right now.
Oh, he looks so badass.
Just for looks. Obviously, we don't know what he's actually like, but he looks fucking cool. And then the part in the trailer where he's like, I'll finish what you started. And he's looking at like the destroyed Darth Vader helmet.
Oh, yeah.
How we got that helmet, I have no idea, because at the end of Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader's helmetless when he perishes.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know, I'm stumped there, but I don't care. It looks sick. It looks really fucking sick.
It looks freaking wicked, man.
And then, what else happens in the trailer? We get that. We get Han Solo, and Han Solo's all like, it's all real.
The Jedi, all of it.
Which is kind of, actually, I saw this funny joke on the internet. It took the picture of the new characters, and it's like, so it's all real or whatever, and then it shows Han Solo again, and it's like, yeah, it's all real. The Jedi, the dark side, it's all real. And then it goes to them again. It's like, even when Guido shot first, and it goes to Han Solo. It's like, get out. That's awesome.
Get out.
That was pretty funny. And then someone else pointed out the funny part, if you watch this trailer and he's all like, it's all real. And then you go back to A New Hope. He's like totally against it. It's a silly religion and shit is what he says.
Yeah.
Fucking character development. Change of heart.
Oh, exactly. Like, well, considering what he went through.
Yeah, Han Solo's seen some shit.
He's seen and done some shit.
Han Solo's like that black guy in every battlefield. It's like, I've seen some shit, but I ain't never seen no shit like this.
This shit just fucked.
He's like the person, like the war-torn soldier in therapy now. Like, and then we went in the Death Star, and it was just terrible. We had to wear the stormtrooper outfits.
And fuck, they were hot.
It was so goddamn warm.
And then we were chased by a bunch of fucking stormtroopers.
I can't get the image of Ewoks out of my head.
Fucking little bastards.
He's that guy. He's the guy years later, and he's like, it's all real. He's like a damaged Vietnam soldier. Like, he's just crazy now. He's like, you won't believe the shit I've done. Like,
The shit I've seen.
I've seen some shit.
Even my family relations are kind of fucked up right now.
I really don't know who's my kid and who's not, but I've seen some shit. He seems like he's gonna be like that character who, no matter what's happening in the movie, he's always gonna bring it back to. He's like, I was in the war. Like,
Yeah.
You know those Vietnam guys who are like, no matter what the fuck you're talking about, they're like, I was in Vietnam.
I was in the villages. I was in the forest.
I burned down so many Vietnamese people. I don't give a fuck. Like, we're talking about Star Wars.
That has
I
nothing
was
to
in
do with it.
Vietnam.
Who fucking cares?
He's gonna be that guy. He's like, I was in the Death Star. It's like,
You know what? I don't care. This isn't about the Death Star, old man.
yeah, he's gonna be that guy. Which is completely fine. Because Han Solo in that state, whatever.
That would be interesting.
I know, you know.
And it's Chewie.
Chewie.
Chewie's back.
Chewie's back. Yeah, I can't do it.
Motherfucking Chewie.
Motherfucking Chewie.
And he don't look old at all.
He hasn't aged a bit, but he's also a different species. They probably age way different. So he's probably like a couple thousand years old.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have one gray hair.
He doesn't have one gray. He's like completely stress free. Like,
yeah,
he's
like,
the one in the Death Star. Is like, I've already seen shit worse than this.
I'm used to this shit. This ain't new.
I saw Master Yoda decapitate people. All right.
Yeah, and you know, I saw him do some other nasty shit too. So fuck, I've seen it.
Speaking of plot holes in the Star Wars timeline, it's so funny. Like, he's with Han Solo, right, with the whole Jedi and all that, and they're both kind of, like, he doesn't actually speak, but they're both kind of agreeing that it's a silly religion. Yet Chewbacca has met Master Yoda, according to the timeline.
Oh yeah,
Because remember on their planet, what's their planet? Kashyyyk?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay, whatever. They're on his planet, and Master Yoda's up there with them. And they're buddy-buddy, and Master Yoda's climbing on him and shit.
And that absolutely is Chewbacca.
Yeah, Yoda calls him Chewbacca.
Oh,
He says, thank you, Chewbacca. And he's like, no problem, Bob.
say
He does this
Chewbacca.
whole bear. It's like, yeah, that makes no fucking sense at all. Like, at all. Like,
I thought you were against that shit, man.
yeah, like, you don't even know it's a silly religion. And he's like, yeah, it's totally a silly religion, just trying to fit in. So he's like, I've seen some shit. But he looks cool too, and he's back. The same actor under the costume and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, there's a bunch of theories that they're gonna die. I'll cry my eyes out if they die.
If they die, I'm gonna laugh at you.
I'll cry.
I will laugh.
You know,
I will
you
record.
can kill Luke.
I will record your tears.
You can kill Luke. You can kill Leia.
You bastard.
Don't kill Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Well, when they do die, I'm gonna
You can
record your
kill
tears.
C-3PO. I don't give a fuck.
You fucking asshole.
Fuck C-3PO.
That guy was fucking wicked.
I know R2-D2 has been through every single Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
He has to die. If anyone has to die.
You are a bastard. I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face right
you
here.
don't care if Han Solo dies, but you care if R2-D2 dies?
Well, no, he's probably gonna die of STDs anyway.
Which one? R2-D2?
No, I'm talking about Han Solo.
Oh, fuck, probably. The biggest player in fucking galaxy that's far, far away. Like,
But, fuck, all those other characters, you fucking asshole.
I'm just, in comparison to Han Solo, I would be so much more upset with Han Solo died than C-3PO.
I'm gonna record your tears.
Good. You know what? I'll record yours back, because I guarantee you'll be bawling your fucking eyes out.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Han Solo's one of my favorites.
You can't kill Han. And Chewie at the same time. That'd be like...
That'd be a heartbreaker.
Oh, no. Watch him just kill all the old characters and just continue with the new characters. Like, fuck the old movies.
Hey, you remember all those old characters you loved? They're dead.
Bomb. Boom. Like,
this person got bombed. This person got stabbed. This person got
watch
shot.
them do, like, rub it in your face deaths, too. Like, you see their bodies flop and it's like they're dead.
No, Stormtrooper repeatedly shooting Chewie in the face.
Yeah. Oh. Dude, you're gonna make me cry here. That's not cool. we don't talk about that shit here.
Well, you kind of brought it up, so I had to
I know. I was
continue.
just talking about because there's one of the fan theories right now is that they're gonna die, which could happen.
It could, it's J.J. Abrams. It could happen.
Yeah. Has he ever killed off a main character before? He almost killed off Kirk, and then he was like, "No, we brought you back to life." And it's like, "Fuck you, movie." Like,
Yeah, they just did what the old one did, though. In that case,
except they switched
opposite
it.
character.
Yeah. I get it. He's just doing the old one does, but I hate that shit where they do something really impactful, then it's like, nope. Like, fuck you, movie.
We cancel that out.
Like, what did Savages did that? Have you seen Savages?
Savages?
It's just an action movie. Came out a few years ago.
It sounds familiar. What's the plot about?
It's two drug-selling people have a girlfriend they share.
Oh yeah, they both fuck.
Yeah, and then she gets kidnapped, and she's hot as shit, and like...
Yeah, I recall that movie.
The ending of that movie pissed me off so much. Epic end shootout, main characters all die together, and it's like, yeah, they had the balls to kill the leads. Nope. It was just her dream of what might happen.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Fuck you. Fuck you, movie. Don't do that.
Don't pull that shit on me.
Can you imagine if, like, Star Wars episode whatever, the final one, at the end of the movie, some little kid wakes up and every Star Wars movie was a dream?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
It's like, no.
And then this child goes on to write those movies in 2 screenplays and becomes a fucking millionaire based off a dream. Hence, George Lucas is born. Except George Lucas sucks.
George Lucas sucks dick.
So many people will listen to this probably and be like, George Lucas doesn't suck. He made Star Wars.
He sucks.
No, he actually only made A New Hope. He didn't make Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi.
He did not direct those.
The 2 best out of the fucking old movies.
And the prequels,
yeah,
sucked.
Look what he did with the prequels. There
I will admit, Episode 3 is a guilty pleasure for me.
But it sucks.
But yeah, it's a bad movie. I'll still watch it, but
we'll get to the prequels.
The first 2 I will
Let's
not
stay on a
watch.
good note with The Force Awakens.
Alright. It's kind of funny, because I want to bring up, you mentioned the movie tricking you with character deaths. This was so funny. I remember watching this scene, and I searched the scene because I was like, this sounds kind of entertaining since I hate this series so much.
In what, the prequels?
Oh no, it's just, in Twilight.
Oh!
Yeah, there's one scene where everybody slaughters one another.
Yeah, it was the end of the last Twilight movie.
And it's just one big action scene where everybody butchers one another.
The biggest B-movie battle, but like, Edward gets killed and you're like, yes. Bella gets killed and you're like, yes. And Lautner Face gets killed and you're like, yes. And then it's like, no, it's just a vision the whole fucking time. It's like,
damn
it. What? All this good stuff that we were like, I just saw all these people I hate get killed, and then you're like, no, it was a vision.
I was just starting to enjoy one moment.
Yeah.
And they ruined it.
It's kind of like a cop-out, right? It's that whole, we couldn't think of an ending, we had 2 ideas, and we couldn't pick one, so we did both.
Yeah.
Fuck you, movie.
It's like, pick one and go with it.
I mean, not that, like, really with Twilight, you're surprised, because it's awful. Completely awful.
Oh, completely awful. But seeing that action scene...
If you can name, like, one good thing about Twilight, I'll just call you a liar because like,
you're full of shit.
in each movie with Twilight got worse than the one before it. Like Twilight 1 was like, alright, it's bad. It's not terrible though, like
It's not the worst movie you've
yeah,
ever
but
seen.
it's like, alright, that was kinda stupid, but whatever. Then New Moon, it's like, alright, that was fucking retarded. And then The Eclipse, and you're like, alright, these movies are fucking just horse shit.
And then
they have to be done. And then the 2 Breaking Dawn movies come out and you're like, I give up.
And part 1 was, I mean, I never watched part 1, but I heard it was the worst. Because nothing happened.
And what?
Breaking Dawn part 1.
Oh. Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Well, you know why they did that, right? They just split it
Money,
into
money,
two
money,
movies
money.
because money. They're like,
Harry Potter did it, so why not?
yeah, Harry Potter did it. Fucking The Hobbit split the whole thing into fucking 3.
Which was retarded.
And then your stupid series is doing it too. Fucking Hunger Games, Lost Hunger Games is split in 2 parts. Such a money grab.
Yeah. Well, I will defend Harry Potter and say that them splitting 2 parts made sense.
Because it was like 4 hours long.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a big book.
Yeah, Twilight had no excuse. Each part was like an hour and a half.
Yeah. But it's exactly like...
Twilight was
I've
money.
I've seen the Twilight books. They're not...
No.
They're not big
I
books.
read the first one. I will admit that. I read before it was big, before there was trailers. And I think it was an old friend of mine back in public school, because that's when they came out.
Yeah.
He was reading the book. It wasn't big yet. I sound like such a hipster. I liked it before it was popular. But I was just saying, it wasn't big yet. And she lent me her copy of the book, and I read it. And I was like, like...
Yeah, it's like...
Whatever. It wasn't like this big stupid thing, though. It was like, it's just, Then the movies come out, and it's like, this is fucking retarded.
It's just... No.
Like, this movie sucks a lot of cock. Like, really, like...
It's funny, you look at a lot of movie reviewers, and they generally have the same opinion about the first one. It's either okay, it's bad, or okay. But, maybe they could improve.
It's not terrible, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's bad.
It's either bad or okay. Like, even one reviewer I watched...
Was it Jeremy?
Not Jeremy.
Jeremy Johns?
Spill.com, I think.
I have no fucking clue what that is.
Oh, I need to show you some of the reviews. They're hilarious. But they reviewed the first one. They gave it a matinee. But afterwards, it was just some old bullshit.
Yeah, because that's what it was. Like, the first one was like... It was dumb. And it was corny, but it was like... Alright, there was effort put into it, at least. It just had dumb ideas and some corny lines. And Taylor Lautner can't act for shit. That just won't change.
Yeah.
I mean, neither can Kristen Stewart, but at least she tries. Taylor Lautner just shows up and he's like, what are my lines? Like,
what am I
you don't have
supposed
any,
to
just
say?
take your shirt off. Oh, okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah, like... But then the second one was so fucking dumb. It was so fucking dumb. And then the third one was like, what is this? Like,
What is this shit I'm watching?
oh, and I just think, I genuinely think those movies give a bad lesson to teenage girls.
Well, I mean, Bella's,
I don't care what anybody says. She's cheating. And it's
She's-
completely okay.
She's cheating left and right.
It is completely okay by everybody in the fucking movie. No one cares. No one points it out and says, you're a cheating slut.
And, it's awesome how the 2 guys she's cheating on are totally okay with it.
That's what I mean. They do it, like, there's the one where she's cuddling with one of them while the other one is in the tent, like, and everyone says, well, it's because he can't warm her up because he's a vampire. Well, maybe the cunt shouldn't have gone up to a fucking mountain. Like, fuck up. Don't give me those excuses. It's still cheating. I don't care what you say. She still kisses him earlier in that movie because she doesn't want to lose him as a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you. You switch the gender roles in this, make it a guy bouncing between 2 girls. Most offensive movie ever shall not be released.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit.
Like, you people can say what you will about it and how you feel about it, but honestly, if it was, like my friend here said, if it was a guy in the role of Bella, and again, flipping between 2 girls...
Yeah, it'd be offensive. He'd be a scumbag.
He'd be a scumbag, it'd be so offensive, it wouldn't get the hate that... Or, sorry, it would get much more hate.
But it would get hate
than
for being
Bella's.
offensive, not for being a bad movie. Now it's just getting hate because it's fucking stupid. But if that was the case, it would get hate for being fucking stupid and for being the most offensive movie ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's, like, you watch any movie where a guy cheats on a girl, he's made out to be a dick. But nowadays, in a movie where a girl cheats on a guy,
she's an angel.
even in like, if no one looks at it like this, but even in rom-coms, like romantic comedies where girls and girls are in a relationship, but they're in love with somebody else, and you focus on her and the guy she's in love with, no one pays attention to the fact that she's actually having an affair. Like, okay, fine, this is whatever your gooey love story, but she's a whore. Like, what's that one? I don't watch a lot of love stories, so I can't, like...
I don't watch a lot either, so I can't pull one off the top of my head.
I don't know. There's one... I don't know. There's a bunch of them, though, where the girl's in a relationship or something, but there's someone else that she's in love with. Or that one movie with Richard Gere where his wife starts having an affair. She's not made out to be a good person, but she's also not made out to be a bad person. You're supposed to understand why she's doing this. And Richard Gere does end up killing the guy, so I was like, that's good.
That's good.
Well, this movie was like heartbreaking because this guy, it's like most times you see people cheat because their relationship's falling apart, they're in a bad relationship, they're being mistreated, or you're just a slut. But in this, it was like she had a kid, she had a good husband who treated her well. They show no sign of the relationship being bad between them. One day she bumps into like this sexy Italiano guy, and they drop a book, so she returns the book to him, and he invites her in the apartment and fucks her brains out.
Wow, that was quick.
And then she keeps doing it. And she's like, no, and then he rapes her in the hallway.
Fuck.
Listen, actually, it seems, technically it's rape. The movie makes it look pretty, though. Where she's like, I can't do this anymore, and runs in the hall, and he comes out and grabs her and kisses her, and it's all romantic, and they fuck doggy style in the hallway.
Poor husband.
I don't know, like, this whole movie, I feel so bad for the husband, but I know women watch this and like, this is empowering to us.
This is empowering.
And the movie doesn't make her look bad. It, like, and I'm not saying it goes out like the Twilight movies does and says it's okay, but it doesn't make you think she shouldn't be doing this. Because it makes the sex look so good. Like, they film the sex scenes in, like, a really romantic way that it's, like, you're supposed to be like, yeah, that's hot. Like, yeah.
I'm turned
It's almost
on.
encouraging the way the sex scenes are filmed to cheat. If you're a woman, not if you're a man.
Because, yeah, if that was a dude, bad things would happen.
Yeah, you'd be a douchebag. You'd be a fucking asshole. Look, they have movies about it, guys who cheat. Like, John Tucker Must Die. If you made Sally Ann Must Die, you'd be like, you can't release this.
You can't do that. That's going to offend audiences.
Exactly. Anyway, we're way off track. Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed, that's the game. Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. We're not talking about the game.
I know.
Damn it, man.
That was a good game, though.
It was.
Force
Made by George
Awakens.
Lucas.
Okay. It wasn't made by George Lucas.
Well,
it was made
he was
by
at the head of it.
Lucas Art.
He was at the head of it.
He
was very much involved with that one. You can even research it.
I don't even care.
He was so much involved with
Yeah,
that one.
well, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the only thing I can say to that.
You think he's good? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, anyone who says George Lucas is a good filmmaker, the prequels are good, look at Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Booyah. Fucking
fuck ya.
You don't even need to argue that one. You're just like, just watch it. It's terrible. Like, it's awful, awful cinema. But Force Awakens is like, what's your favorite trailer so far?
My favorite trailer would be the one that just came out.
Is it?
Oh,
because it shows the most?
Oh, it shows the most. It's the most epic. It's just very... That trailer hits me more, man.
I kind of like the last trailer. Just because it was really dark and you have that voice, it's like, there's been an awakening on the light side. Or no, what's he say? On the dark side.
On the dark side.
And the light. And then that one shot I can't get over of Kylo Ren walking through the woods and he just crouches and then lightsaber comes out. Oh, it was orgasmic.
But for this trailer,
I know.
You see him walk up to the fucking guy there.
Yeah.
Lightsaber out.
And Buddy's face. Buddy takes the blue lightsaber out. And he's you could just see in his face, he's like, I'm fucked. Like, he's just sitting there, like, activates the lightsaber, and he's holding it, and he, like, takes a deep breath, like, let's do this. But he knows he's fucked.
And Kylo just walks up like, fuck this.
Yeah. He walks up like fucking Batman, just fucking lightsaber by his side, while this guy's, like, lightsaber up in his arms, like, ready, like, just fucking scared. And this Kylo Ren guy just walks up and boom, swings it at him. And then the trailer ends, and I fucking jizzed everywhere.
Yeah, I can still see the mess here.
That's brutal.
It's all over the place.
We need to clean.
You need to clean, brother.
You're not gonna help me clean my jizz?
No, it's your fucking jizz.
Damn it!
Why would I clean up your mess?
It was just, that part of the trailer was dope, eh? Like, just walks up, and you can tell he's just such a badass. He walks up with this lightsaber by his side and just whips it at him while the other guy's all fucking ready.
And you know what? It's funny, actually. I was watching Jeremy talk about the trailer, and he brought up a really good point, and this is again bashing on George Lucas, but also like,
I know
also
what
like
you're talking
the
about.
shot was pretty cool shot.
Yeah, the shot, yeah. It's shot way differently than George Lucas would have shot it.
Yeah, it's like
As in, there's creativity in the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Like, you see the main character, he's walking up, and then a bunch of pilots are running around.
It's a pan shot, pans back and forth.
That was a wicked shot.
George Lucas doesn't know how to move the camera.
And Jeremy's like, George Lucas would never do
If
that.
you actually watch the behind-the-scenes footage, he's always just sitting in a chair and the camera's in one spot. That's why you will amount to nothing. But, fuck, that was a cool shot, too. Like, and then the one with the BB-8 android rolling and the camera rolls with it.
Oh, yeah.
That was sick, and then there's a lot of sick shit that I've seen. Like, you know when the other big trailers came out, like Jurassic World and Terminator, you're like, okay, that's dope, but there's things that you pick apart. Like, you're like, I don't really know what to think of that. I don't know what to think of...
Yeah.
With these Star Wars trailers, you're just like...
I can't pick it apart.
No, they're just fantastic. Fantastic. One thing I have to ask you about that nobody seems to be commenting on is the black guy's role. What do you think's going on there?
Well, he seems to be a possible Jedi.
Yeah, but like, he's a stormtrooper and then he crashes on Tatooine. Is that, am I reading that wrong? 'Cause that's the way it looked to me. Is like
that is the way it looked to me. Like, I remember you giving me a theory before, maybe he's a spy, or...
Mm-hmm.
I think either he was, like, conscripted into the army, or he chose to fight himself.
What does he say? I was raised to do one thing, but there's nothing to fight for?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe he was a stormtrooper during the whole war, but now he's like, well, right now we're not fighting for anything. We're just kind of terrorizing people. So he kind of like turns the other way, and he's like, I'm going to defend the galaxy.
Maybe, but I don't know. Like you said, the thing flying down, it could be that maybe he was on a mission and he gets shot down, or maybe he has that turn of heart.
Remember the other trailer? We saw the inside of the hangar getting shot to shit? I bet that's him.
That could be him.
I bet that's him shooting it to fuck. He steals a TIE fighter and leaves, crashes in Tatooine, and he runs into what's-her-face.
Maybe.
Which I thought maybe is why Kylo Ren's after them, because he's a traitor.
Could be. I mean, it's a pretty good theory.
Yeah, it's a very good theory. It's a very valid theory.
I think what's undeniable at this point is that he used to be a stormtrooper.
Yeah, I think...
The question is whether he was conscripted into it or he chose to.
A lot of people were like, kind of like, there's no way. They can't have a black stormtrooper.
It's like, actually, yes, they can, because it actually makes sense.
Alright, Ryan, would you explain to these people why?
Okay, well, listen very clearly, people. They're not clones. You should have been able to tell that in the old movies by the officers.
Yeah.
Because none of those officers were clones.
So, what happens then? Because, like, you get the clones Revenge of the Sith. And they just stop making clones and start
conscripting.
Yes. And then whatever clones die out and they just keep drafting people instead.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just like they take a planet's population, like, okay, every able-bodied male from this age is to be conscripted into their army.
Yeah. Maybe it's like politics. Anyone who believes in that shit has to go.
Maybe. I mean, like, I'm sure a lot of their troopers are conscripted, or a lot probably just joined out because they thought, fuck yeah, Empire.
You know, someone should really cut the Emperor some slack. Because I know he's, like, this evil dude. But, like, you see, like, Obama running the States. And you're like, man, that must be stressful. This dude's running a galaxy. Like, he's not trying to hurt people. He's just stressed as fuck.
I think he is trying to hurt people.
He's trying to see it from his side. Like, can you run a galaxy?
I could not run a galaxy, but I would not run the galaxy he ran the galaxy.
I'd run the galaxy in a liberal way.
Yeah, I'm of the liberal mindset. I'm not a conservative.
God. We should have a political debate between liberals, conservatives, whatever, for the whole fucking galaxy. Like,
this is what Stephen Harper...
This is what Stephen Harper would do with the galaxy.
This is what Trudeau would do.
But you have to imagine, like, that dude's stressed.
Okay, the dude's stressed, but, blowing up planets.
Oh my god. Okay, blowing up. Alright, here's how we cut down some stress. Just eliminate a planet. That is such a George Bush way to deal with your problems.
Let's blow something up.
Way to go, America. You've contributed to the galaxy. Oh, fuck.
What's the next planet you're gonna fucking blow up there?
Yeah. Fucking, that Princess Leia's home is like the fucking Japan of the galaxy. We don't like what you're doing. Boom. Yeah, so we got that guy. We got the girl, who I think's Han Solo's daughter. And then we got the pilot, who's like one of my favorite actors going right now is Oscar Isaac. But you barely see the dude. He's not on the poster. Or he is in the poster, but he's really small. And he's barely in the trailers.
Could be deceiving, though.
I know, I think it is. Because same thing with Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's not in the poster or in any of the trailers.
But you think he would have at least a decent part in it.
Well, actually, he narrated the last trailer, right? Because he was like...
That's true.
Fuck, what did he even say? I can't remember now.
The Force is strong in my family, or...
Yeah, something like that. The Force is strong in my family. And then he touches R2-D2 and...
And it's like, I have it, you have it too.
I bet he's only in like one scene, and that's why he's not in the poster. I bet, like, no offense to J.J. Abrams, and I still think the movie looks good, but I bet him his name being attached to it is a money grab.
Is a money grab?
I just think, yeah, because I bet he's in the beginning, and that scene by the fire that you see in the trailer is his only scene. That's what I bet, and they kind of put his name on the poster and all that to people think Luke's back.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
but I mean, J.J. Abrams, he's a fan of Star Wars.
He is, but I don't know. I just, unless he's like, he has like a big plot twist planned for Luke, so he's not showing a lot.
Because, I mean, if you look at all of J.J. Abrams' interviews, he's always said he wanted to direct Star Wars.
Yeah. Even he's very secretive. Whenever you ask him about anything, he's like, I can't comment on that. I can't comment on that.
Like, even when he was doing Star Trek, he wanted to direct Star Wars. Like, he said, like, when he was directing the second Star Trek, he couldn't wait to start Star Wars.
Yeah, the fucking douchebag isn't doing the next one. He's doing episode 7 and then not episode 8.
Well, he could change his mind.
He better. Especially if this one's good. I can't think of anybody else that I'd want to direct Star Wars.
He may just be waiting on the success. Like, are people gonna like this, or how is this gonna turn out?
What are the chances that JJ, like, honestly, what is the chance that J.J. Abrams made a bad Star Wars movie?
It's gonna be pretty unlikely, but you never know.
Fuck.
You never know. It could happen.
Bad.
I'm done. I'm done.
So far there's no Jar Jar Binks, so.
Well, that's a win right
That's
there.
like an extra 10 points. Cause
he killed the first movie.
He killed all. He's in every time he comes on screen. You're like, fuck off, you cartoon rabbit. Like,
just die.
God damn. And then what else happens in the trailer? You get the Knights of Ren, and they activate their lightsaber in the rain. They're all like, we're scary and badass.
We're gonna fucking kick your ass.
Then just a bunch of cool shots. I think that was like the big cool stuff. And then,
well, I mean, there was a lot of war. It shows a lot of war in this trailer.
This might be the most action-packed Star Wars yet.
I don't know. Episode 3 was pretty action-packed.
Episode 3 was boring as fuck.
But they had a lot of action. I mean,
Compared to the other ones, yes.
the space battle alone in the beginning.
Well, okay, so it's a space battle alone, but then there's nothing until he goes to see Grievous again.
No, there's the Wookiee homeworld.
That's after Grievous.
No, I think that's before Grievous.
No, because all that shit happens at the same time. Because, like, when they execute Order 66 or whatever, Obi-Wan's still with Grievous.
No, like, the attack on that place begins before he goes to
Oh,
Grievous.
it might begin, but that's like a 30-second pan shot.
But it's a lot of action. Like, it's a huge...
But I think this will have larger, like, actual 10-minute battle sequences. Like, that the other movies didn't have. I think. And more Jedi fights.
More Jedi fights would be awesome.
More Jedi fights. Better Jedi fights, not the clinging and clanging of lightsabers like the prequels did.
Swish, swish.
And then, so, obviously, we're both pumped for The Force Awakens.
So pumped!
And the most important thing out of all of this is we got our tickets!
Yes, we did.
We got tickets!
We going!
To, like, not even the premiere, to the night before at 10:30.
We got it, bros. We got it.
IMAX fucking 3D, 10:30, the Thursday before it comes out. Fucking A. That means we're gonna have our review out before, like, Angry Joe. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Maybe not Jeremy Johns, because that motherfucker gets to see everything early. Bastard. I'm so worried about his review. If it comes out and he's like, this sucks, I'm gonna be like, no.
No!
I'll cry my fucking eyes out if it sucks.
It better not suck.
And then, yeah, we'll definitely have our review out right away. Because we're going to see it that night, come home, podcast about it, and review it, and fucking, yes! Just
Goody.
I'm probably going to see it like 3 or 4 times in theaters. Because we'll see it that
Probably.
Thursday, I'll probably see it the following weekend, and then it'll probably come here to our town, and I'll see it there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm pumped. It's going to be a good fucking time. But let's talk about a bad time.
So, is this where we talk about George Lucas?
This is where we gotta talk about George Lucas.
Fuck that guy!
We gotta talk about where the Star Wars movies went wrong. So we have Star Wars A New Hope comes out in the 70s. Huge success.
Huge success, and I'll give George Lucas credit for
Because
that.
he actually directed that one. Yeah, and the funny thing about that is A New Hope's amazing, but out of the originals, it's the worst one. Like, if you had to say which was the worst, it's the worst.
In my opinion, I do agree it is the worst.
And then you get Empire Strikes Back, which was fucking amazing.
But to be honest, it's not my favorite of those.
I think it's my favorite. I need to watch Jedi again and then you get Return of the Jedi,
Which is my favorite right there.
Smash trilogy, huge thing, right? And it was 4, 5, and 6. So all the fucking nerds of the 80s and the 70s were like, we need Star Wars Episode 1.
Yeah, where's the prequels?
And George Lucas said back then he had no intention of making them. None. He didn't want to make them. He didn't care. Whatever. But people kept demanding it. So what's this motherfucker do? I'm going to make the prequels. So what's this motherfucker do? I don't really care enough to make them good. They're going to sell.
The name alone will get me the cash.
Yeah. It's just like the Alien Resurrection thing where the producer's like, we know it's not going to be good, but you put the Alien name on it, it's going to make money. Fuck you.
Fuck you to hell.
That's such an insult to the fan. Like, this is like a huge middle finger to the fan that's spending $14 a ticket on this fucking movie.
Yeah, so George Lucas, fuck you.
So The Phantom Menace comes out. When you're a little kid, which I was when I saw it for the first time, it's awesome.
Because you don't realize how bad this is.
Yeah, the cartoon rabbit's funny. It's just awesome. But then you grow up, you learn good movies.
You rewatch it.
And you're like, what is this hunk of shit?
How could I ever have watched
Can you
this?
even tell me what the plot of The Phantom Menace is?
There's a trade faction and they don't like people trading?
The Trade Federation wants to stop trade. Is that the plot? Is that the like? I think it's something like that.
I remember something about a blockade by a trade federation who wanted to prevent trading.
Yeah, it was something about that. The Trade Federation wants to prevent trade. What?
Don't you guys like ruining your own business?
And the whole sign the treaty thing, yet they're trying to kill the bitch, and like,
yeah.
There's so much wrong with the Phantom Menace. Like,
And this movie's boring all around, but especially in the middle.
the Tatooine section is like
Tatooine, and not even just Tatooine, man. Like after that Coruscant, or however.
Coruscant. Oh yeah.
Coruscant.
Where they bring Anakin back, and he meets the Jedi Council, and
that and Tatooine are some of the most boring sequences in movies I've ever seen.
oh, so fucking dumb and boring and cartoon rabbits and
the politics made no sense.
no.
It was just the characters were
I know.
blah.
I seen a video. It was Red Letter Media. It was like they asked people like, all right, name character traits of Han Solo. All right, name character traits of Qui-Gon Jinn.
Who is that?
Like, it's true. They're the shittiest. How did a franchise that was like the number one sci-fi thing ever, great characters, memorable scenes and lines, create a character like Qui-Gon Jinn?
Although, granted, I'll defend the character in saying that he's much better than Jar Jar fucky Binks.
Yeah, how can you not be better? Fucking Edward Cullen's a better character than Jar Jar Binks. Like, Jar Jar... That's what makes the movie unwatchable. Here's the thing. They go to Naboo, right? Because Naboo's being invaded, so they go to stop the invasion, yet they go down with the invasion, so they've already failed.
Yeah, the invasion's gone through.
They go with the invasion. Why not go before them? Why not, like, launch out of there and try to stop it? No, you go with them to prevent them. Makes no fucking sense.
Well, I mean, to be fair, their ship was blown up, but they should have came more prepared.
They should have thought of something. So they get down there and they're like, all right, we'll just rush to the Naboo city. But what do? They meet a cartoon rabbit, and they go with the cartoon rabbit to his home.
Who is a complete fucking idiot.
For no fucking reason. Just, like, let the invasion go on all the way to Naboo City, and they're fucking underwater in Bubble Town talking to cartoon frogs.
And the dialogue is so stupid. You're a big doo-doo now.
That's an actual line,
yeah,
too.
You're a big doo-doo. Like,
What are we watching?
He has
What are we...
poop? What the fuck?
And the big CGI frog, when he shakes his head and the spit flies everywhere.
Oh,
it's
fuck.
like, why?
And it's just,
Why?
that line makes me laugh every time. You're in big doo-doo now.
And they drive, what do they drive through the planet to get to the Naboo city?
Oh, they're driving, like, through the ocean, and then...
But that's what I said, they gotta drive right through to the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
What? And then somehow the invasion's already started when they get there, so why would you drive through the planet? Why would you go to the Bubble Town and then take the longest possible route back to Naboo City?
Because Jar Jar Binks seemed to be
What
the most reasonable guy.
Like you meet a cartoon rabbit and you're like, all right, we should just do whatever this guy says.
He's a fucking idiot, but we'll do what he says.
Oh my god. And then even that battle in the Naboo City where all the politics people are running with their blasters and they peek in corner, peek out, shoot, peek in corner, peek out, shoot.
And then oh my god, you know what? No,
they all repel up in sync.
That's not the worst. The worst part about the last battle was the battle between the frog people and the droids.
The frog people and the droids.
Remember they fling those electrical balls at them?
Oh my god.
Little dodge balls, basically, against blasters.
What? Who made the droids? They are the... Jar Jar Binks kills droids. Like, that's how useless they are. But they're worse than the stormtroopers.
No, they have fucking blasters.
They're so
The frog people have no blasters. They have little dodgeballs.
Yeah, they're playing dodgeball with robots with guns and they win. What the fuck? And then, like, they also did such a shitty job at hiding that Palpatine was the Emperor.
Oh,
because that dude has, like, a very distinct chin. So you just know, every time you see the Emperor in a hologram, you're like, hey, that's Palpatine. Oh, wait. Spoilers. Like,
Spoilers, was I supposed to know that?
like... And then the whole thing where Anakin accidentally goes to space because he hits autopilot.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason, autopilot just takes you to space.
And he just knows how to blow that place up.
What the fuck is that shit?
So you're telling me the fucking victory is decided by this little kid?
And then we get to the only decent part of the movie, which is still terrible. The Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan.
That's the only fight in that whole movie that you can go, not horrible,
But bad.
bad, but I can watch it.
Oh, what was the point of those red walls that separated the fight?
It's an excuse to get a character killed.
What is the... Who built this place? Put those... Like, what is that?
You know, there's no reason. It's just there so that guy died. That's the only reason.
It was so stupid.
It's stupid, but you know why they're there? It's so he got killed. And you know, George Lucas is in charge, so it doesn't have to make sense. It just has to make a guy die.
I was like, you don't even give a fuck. Like, you're supposed to be all sad. Like, Qui-Gon Jinn.
No!
Like, oh no, Liam Neeson just died. Like,
Because I can't even remember the character's name.
Liam Neeson just died.
Not Liam Neeson.
Like, I just laugh when I think of the movie because it's so fucking stupid.
Oh, fuck.
And we were saying earlier about the Darth Maul thing. He's literally just a painted guy in a black fucking robe. And the robe looks sick. And he looks dope with his hood up. But other than that, he's just painted black and red. And he has a double-ended lightsaber, which doesn't even really help him that much. Because he still gets his ass sort of kicked.
Yeah.
So that was a Phantom Menace, which was terrible in every way. And everyone walks out disappointed, like, what the fuck just happened to Star Wars? Right?
Star Wars is going down to the shitter.
And then
Attack of the Clones.
George Lucas knew that everyone hated the Phantom Menace. So what does he do? He doesn't make improvements. He makes Attack of the Clones.
Although, I'll say this about Attack of the Clones, it's a terrible movie. Absolutely awful. But
Not as bad as Phantom Menace.
no, Phantom Menace...
It's still terrible, though.
It's still terrible, but Phantom Menace, for me, is the worst Star Wars movie
You know
ever.
what's funny about the Phantom Menace? Samuel Jackson's on the poster, right? Fun fact. True
Wait,
fact.
for Phantom Menace?
Yeah. Mace Windu.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact. He's literally only in the movie for advertising. He's in one scene in the Phantom Menace. And they put him on the poster because they knew people would go rent it with a superstar like him on the poster. Because Liam Neeson wasn't a superstar then. Natalie Portman wasn't. Ewan McGregor wasn't. No one in it was a superstar then. Except Samuel L. Jackson. So put him on the poster. People will buy it. Doesn't matter. Movie sucks. And then... Okay, so then Attack of the Clones came out.
Which was bad again.
So, but Attack of the Clones introduces the most important Star Wars character. Anakin. Like, well, I guess he was in the first one.
But as the Anakin that's...
Gonna become Darth Vader.
And his actor was
They
a bad
picked
actor.
the worst actor.
Like, he did such a bad job.
They picked... But at the same time, is it because he did a bad job? Or is this writing is just so brutal?
Well, you know what? Here's what I think, honestly. It's writing and his acting. Because the dude's not a good actor.
No, he's not.
I've seen him in other movies. He's not a good actor.
There's a couple scenes in Revenge of the Sith where I was like, alright, he's not doing terrible. And he is getting me kind of to feel for him, but that's just because I'm a Star Wars nerd. But this is the most important character. This is why people are watching the prequels, to know what the fuck happened. And he's such a lame, whiny, fucking emo little bitch that you're like, oh.
Totally disrespectful. No respect for the rules. Disrespects his mentors.
And what Obi-Wan Kenobi says in A New Hope was he got seduced by the dark side, but he was perfect till that. This version of Anakin was a fucking douchebag. Even when he was on the light side.
Oh, it's just he was a whiny douchebag.
He just didn't, like...
He did not give a shit about other people. He just cared about
He
himself.
was such an unlikable guy. Like, he was like... Just... What the fuck?
Oh, it was like, fuck this character.
And they had the stupidest scene in Attack of the Clones, because they portray Anakin like he's the wild
the
one.
chosen.
Well, but he's like the wild one. He's the one who breaks the rules. And okay, so they're guarding Padme, right? And that thing comes through the window. He jumps in, almost fucking kills her. Fucking swings a lightsaber and kills those things. It almost decapitates her in the process. So that was a stupid move. But then they see the thing out the window, right? And Obi-Wan jumps through the window on it. Why didn't Anakin do that? You think if anybody would do that, it'd be Anakin.
He's the reckless one.
That's so out of character for Obi-Wan to jump out of a window. Dude who's afraid of flying, afraid of heights, and the opposite of reckless, jumps out a window of a tower in hope that he'll grab this tiny little, like, microwave size thing. And Anakin's like, oh, I'll go do the responsible thing and get the flying car. Like, what?
Wait, how does that turnaround happen?
Like, yeah, like, who's the reckless one here? What is... And then that movie, I think, was even more boring than Phantom Menace. Dude, that love story was so bad.
The love story was absolutely terrible, but I will say this.
The fucking CGI apple leaf feast.
Right. The love story is absolutely terrible, but when they showed the clones, it was kind of like, yeah, this is...
Well, that's near the end. With the Jango Fett. And...
Oh, I'm talking about like in the middle, just like when they talk about it. When they first go to that planet.
Yeah.
That planet was cool looking. It's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like the Cloud City, but raining.
Yeah. But that last action scene, like where shit goes down and everybody's killing each other, I was kind of entertained with that.
Yeah, you're entertained. At the same time, you know it's stupid as fuck.
Oh, stupid as fuck.
The only part of that movie...
Compared to Phantom Menace, so much better.
The only part of that movie I really enjoy is when they're fighting the monsters in the Coliseum.
That was cool.
That was kind of cool. Everything else was retarded, but that was kind of cool. And then the fight with... Who the fuck is Dooku? They have no real introduction to this guy.
No, it's just Dooku is a bad guy.
Yeah, like, you have Obi-Wan all just floating and shit, and he's like, Dooku, and you're like, wait, who? Who the fuck is Count Dooku? Like, he wasn't in the last movie. He wasn't even mentioned in the last movie.
No, like, the only time they mentioned Dooku...
is Attack of the Clones. The end of Attack of the Clones.
But, like, the beginning, like, when... You know how, like, every Star Wars movie has the... In a galaxy far, far away?
Yeah, they say his name.
Yeah. I mean, but otherwise, no, they give no indication of who Dooku is.
That's such a stupid character introduction. Like, boom, he's there. And he's a bad guy because...
We say so.
He's that guy. He's a bad guy for reasons.
Reasons unknown.
And then that end fight with him, Anakin, and Obi-Wan was like...
And then fucking Yoda pops out of nowhere.
The cripple who can magically jump around. He needs a cane to walk, but he can fucking do backflips. Like... I love Yoda, but no. You don't need a cane to walk and then do backflips off walls and throw yourself around.
It's like, I think you got some good movement there, geezer.
Yeah, why do you need a cane? Like, what is happening? I don't understand. You know what they should have sent to fight him if anybody was Mace Windu?
Yes,
the
that
best
would have made more
Jedi they
sense.
have. Have him fight Dooku, if anybody. Not the fucking trainee emo bitch and the fucking father figure who can't take care of him. Like, no. And then the whole thing with fucking the clone trooper falls out with Padme and they run back somehow before everything happens.
Oh yeah, somehow get to help in time.
The movie and the love story though has to be the worst part.
The love story is the worst part because
it's the most forced romance.
The lines were bad, the acting was bad, nobody gave two shits, and it was bad.
If you watch like the B-roll behind the scenes footage, the actors hated it, man. They never had sets. It was all fucking green screen. Everything. Yeah. That's the other problem with all the prequels. Everything is green screen.
Oh yeah, you watch the interviews and whatnot, and the actors are saying like, yeah, this is all green screen. We have no practical sets.
Nothing. Not even like the Jedi Council isn't even practical. It's all green screen background with chairs. What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, Spend a little money and build a couple sets.
It's so funny because the old ones were
All practical.
and the new ones are just all fucking CGI all across the board.
Which makes Force Awakens look better because it only uses CGI when it needs to.
And it does it very well because of that.
Like, if you watch behind the scenes, it's just literally people standing in front of blue walls all the time. Like, how can... No wonder the performances are bad. They have nothing to act with. It's all imagination, right? Like, it sucks. And the CGI is so bad. The backgrounds are just terrible. Like, they might as well have just painted backgrounds and had two guys hold up the painting behind them. It would have looked better than that fucking shitty CGI. And then we get the shitty love story. They get married. And then we get what is the best of the prequels, Revenge of the Sith.
Which, I will say again, terrible movie.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, but honest... You know why it's my guilty pleasure? Because I still like to watch it.
Yeah,
I can still enjoy watching it.
It's the only one that you can watch.
Yeah,
it's still bad, and we know it's still fucking retarded. But it's.
I do not deny its terrible quality.
But it's the only one that's watchable.
It's the only one that I can watch and say, yeah, I enjoyed watching.
You can't. You don't skip scenes. You don't turn it off. You just sit and watch. It's the only one that you could do that.
Oh yeah. Because I can't do that for the first two.
Fuck no. I can't even watch the first... Even if I skip scenes, I can't watch The Phantom Menace. Like, when I showed my girlfriend the original trilogy, or the prequel trilogy, because we knew that Force Awakens was coming out, we just skipped Phantom Menace. I fast-forwarded through it and just kind of showed her the basics. Like, this guy dies, this kid's introduced, they fucking... Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Which, understandable, because really, you don't need to see Phantom Menace.
No.
Like, even, like, honestly...
You cut that movie out, and the story won't change at all.
Oh, yeah. So actually, I was thinking that to myself, about, like, one of the reasons why it's bad, and I think this is the reason why it's bad, is because if you cut out the Phantom Menace, it's...
Attack of the Clones still makes sense. So does Revenge of the Sith.
Still makes absolute sense.
Yeah. Like, the only one that kind of... Revenge of the Sith wouldn't really make sense for Attack of the Clones, because they get married in Attack of the Clones. So I guess it makes sense, but you're missing a little. Like, you're like, oh, okay, so they're married. Okay, they're... Well, I guess it would kind of make sense still if you cut out Attack of the Clones. See, that's the problem with the prequels. They make sense if you cut out the last movie. None of the old ones do. Like, you're like, they're rebuilding the Death Star? What do you mean they're rebuilding the Death Star? Like, shit like that. And anyway, but then the Revenge of the Sith is like... Same kind of stupid shit you have in the other ones. You have the shitty acting and the shitty writing. Terrible CGI. More action. You do have that.
A lot more action.
And you do have the more entertaining ending with the Anakin Obi-Wan fight.
Which was a cool fight. It was entertaining.
And then you get to the bad acting and the corny lines again. That fight's like 10 minutes long, though.
It is, but... I do like how they kind of move all over the place.
The only thing that kind of keeps me into it is the soundtrack during the fight.
The soundtrack was amazing. Say what you will about the movie, but
that
the soundtrack...
Well, it's because the same guy from the originals, John Williams, did the soundtrack.
Okay, then that's why it was good.
Yeah. The soundtrack keeps the fight moving for me, because even though the fucking fight and the fucking movie is so stupid, watching these two icons, even though acting is bad and the writing's bad, they're still icons. Because Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan, fighting head to head in an intense battle with fucking that epic soundtrack. If you took the soundtrack out,
it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, I probably couldn't watch it. But that soundtrack just keeps it going. Because it's like a mix of like sad and epic. Because it's like two brothers just boom, boom. But fucking... Actually, that doesn't make sense. That's another kind of flaw with the movie. Is like, in Attack of the Clones, he's like a father figure. But then, somehow, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, they're like the same age. And they're brothers.
the way they try to make it is like it's supposed to progress to an equal relationship, but they don't really do it that well.
No, like, I love how he's like, you were a brother to me. It's like, you guys, like, never get along. Like, I get brothers don't get along, like, but to say you have that kind of relationship with a guy that you're, like, disobeys you constantly.
And like you guys, like you said, never really got along, and even in episode 3, Obi-Wan was still mentoring him all the way.
Yeah, like, he was... I don't know, it would have been so much cooler if they made Anakin this character you could connect with, and he was, like, a good guy. He was, like, a hero. Like, kind of like Batman or Superman. Someone you respect. And then flips a switch. That would have been so much more meaningful. Like,
Well, that's how it was supposed to be.
yeah, and that's how Obi-Wan in A New Hope said it was. And that would have just, like... Fuck, dude. That would have just touched you in all the right ways. Like... That would have known exactly how you like to jerk it. Like,
But they fucking chose the wrong actor.
they chose the wrong idea of making him like an
writing.
emo the whole time. No, it would be so much better if, like... Because think about Batman becoming a bad guy. It'd fuck your whole world up.
Oh, it would destroy it.
So, man, if they did that with Anakin, that would be such good storytelling. Like, but no, he's just a whiny bitch the whole time.
And then down to the shithole went the fucking Star Wars movies.
Yeah. But, granted, Revenge of the Sith is the only one
It's
watchable.
Yeah, it's the only one I can watch.
Best, it's watchable. It's stupid as fuck, but it's watchable at best. So, there is that. But then Force Awakens actually looks like it's good again.
Force Awakens looks like it's going to be an excellent movie.
Everything's kind of ignoring the prequels, eh? Like, he's ignoring the prequels. Battlefront's ignoring the prequels, which kind of sucks for gameplay elements.
Because they were shitty movies, but they made for awesome games.
Yeah, well, playing the battles is just fun. Even if you're like, this story is terrible, you don't need the story, right? It's a battle.
Yeah.
But J.J. Abrams ignores. He can't talk shit about the prequels because the producer for Force Awakens is the same producer as the prequels.
Yeah.
But he's not acknowledging them.
No. He's only acknowledging them if he absolutely has to.
And on top of that, apparently, as an Easter egg, you're gonna... I don't know how true this is, might be a rumor. They find Jar Jar Binks' skeleton.
I've heard about
on Tatooine
that.
somewhere.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I would be so happy.
Dude, that would just make every fan's day.
That would be like... There's nothing better than this.
Thank
Fucking
you.
someone on the internet, like, commented, plot twist, Kylo Ren is actually Jar Jar Binks. God damn it. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine?
I walk out of the theater right there. I'd be done.
Yeah, what would you say if it's bad? What are you going to say if you walk out and it's as bad as the prequels?
I would not see the next one.
It'd be heartbreaking.
I would not see the
Like,
next one.
Terminator did that. Like, alright, the last Terminator was shit. The Terminator before that was shit. This has to be good. But then Terminator Genesis was fucking awful. So it was, like, heartbreaking. But this would be, like, really heartbreaking if you walk out. It's like if Dark Knight Rises was bad. Like, a lot of people say Dark Knight Rises is bad, but fuck all of you. Dark Knight Rises is epic.
It's awesome. Totally awesome.
So imagine if Dark Knight Rises sucked dick.
No!
You got Batman Begins, which is fantastic. You got The Dark Knight, which is super fantastic. And then The Dark Knight Rises comes out, and it's like The Phantom Menace bad.
Fuck, I'd be like, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. That's why if The Force Awakens sucks, I'm gonna be like, no.
Fuck.
A lot of people think Darth Vader will return.
I don't think he will. I mean, it's...
I don't think so either. I think he's done. He's
Yeah.
had his day. It's time for a new Sith.
Dead is dead. Plus, you see his ghost.
I'm kind of worried, like, I feel like the movie's going to be fucking amazing. And I know it's going to piss people off when I say it now. And if I'm right, it'll piss people off more when I say it in a review. I feel like it could be the best Star Wars movie to date.
It has a very real possibility.
And I know people are going to be like, no, the originals, no, Darth
The
Vader.
Empire Strikes Back!
There's a chance. There is this small chance that Kylo Ren is cooler than Darth Vader.
And there's a small chance that this could be like the best Star Wars.
Yeah. And we haven't seen it, obviously, so we don't know for sure, but people tend not to be open to that idea because it's new. I don't care. It could be. It has potential to be the best Star Wars and the best Star Wars villain yet.
My mind is open. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, the dude looks fucking badass. He looks sick. I love how he looks with the hood up and the fucking huge black robe and the fucking handlebar lightsaber. Looks epic. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how he actually acts. If he turns out to be a little bitch like the Arkham Knight, then...
Well, the Arkham Knight wasn't a little bitch.
He cried his eyes out in the end of that game. The whole time you're beating the shit out of him. He's just bawling his eyes out like a pussy.
Yeah, they didn't do that fight that well.
No, the whole fight.
It should have been a fist fight. Like,
shit, I keep scaring you or something?
oh, I never expected. Like, what the fuck?
It goes off like every 15 minutes.
No, I'm not keeping track of the time in my head. I was like, oh, fuck, what the stuff going on? But I disagree with that though. I don't think the Arkham Knight was a bitch. I just think his last fight there was.
Can you imagine though if Kylo
fight.
Ren's a bitch? Like at the end, he takes his mask off and he just has a whiny breakdown. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm the bad guy." Can you imagine? Right? I just actually, J.J. Abrams did Into Darkness, right? Star Trek.
Yes.
Khan was epic.
Actually, he did both Star Treks.
Well, I know he did the first one, but I wasn't sure if he did the sequel.
No, he did the sequel.
Yeah, Khan was sick. So he can do villains. Because Khan was like... Bennett, like, Cumberbatch did like...
Cumberbatch.
I call him that just to piss people off, because they all call him like
Cumberbatch.
Well, all his huge fans, like, for some reason, I don't know why he got a huge fan base, because he's really not... He's a good actor, but he's nothing special. Like, he's a good actor. But he got this huge, like, hipster following for some reason. But whatever. He was a wicked Khan. He was fantastic as Khan. So, Abrams does know how to do villains.
So hopefully Kylo will be the good villain.
Kylo and the Knights of Ren. Is he running the show?
Kylo?
Yeah, because Darth Vader technically wasn't running the show. He had the Emperor. So is Kylo Ren actually running the show?
If there's going to be another movie, probably not.
Is he in charge of the galaxy?
What?
Like,
I
I'm wondering,
don't know.
is he like a secret villain that they're all going to get introduced to with a secret agenda? Or is he the new leader of the galaxy?
Well, I don't know, again, because the one scene where you see Legion...
He has to be, right? Because he's an army.
Well, I don't know, because you see Legion of Stormtroopers giving his speech, and I couldn't tell if that figure was Kylo Ren.
Didn't look like him.
Didn't look like him, so, like, who's that figure speaking? He's speaking in front of an assembly of soldiers.
You know who we didn't even mention is the new bounty hunter.
Oh,
Captain Phasma? Captain Plasma? Phasma? Something like that. He looks sick.
He looks intimidating.
He's literally just a silver stormtrooper with a cape. But he still looks fucking awesome.
Looks like the guy who would kick your ass.
Yeah, he is. I wonder if he's going to play a big role in it, or if he's like...
Well, he said more than a few scenes in the trailer, so I can imagine he has a decent role or influence in it.
This movie looks sick. Are you wearing a Star Wars shirt?
I don't have a Star Wars shirt.
I'm buying one just for this fucking movie. Emily bought one the other day. She bought a Yoda shirt.
Yeah, maybe I will. See how...
Pick one up.
Yeah, see what time it is.
I'm gonna pick whatever I can up. I'm going in some kind of fucking pimped out outfit. Because everyone else will be. And you're gonna be the weirdo if you're not.
That's true.
Oh, it's gonna be sick. Anyway, that should about wrap up our first Force Awakens podcast. It's probably gonna be more, right? Because we still gotta review the movie, then we're gonna see it.
Yeah.
Then if more teasers and shit come out or whatever. So this is technically just the first of many Force Awakens podcast. And then we get like the right after we've seen it podcast, and like a few months later we break it down more podcast. Like, fuck, we got a lot of Force Awakens talking to do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
But that should about wrap up this week's podcast. Do we even know what we're talking about next week?
I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Maybe we'll finally do our strippers and cocaine one. Probably not. We always find something else. Maybe, what's next? We might do Halo 5.
Maybe.
Maybe that's out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Actually, it depends. I'm not getting it, and you said...
Well, I'm not getting it right away.
So maybe we won't do Halo 5. We got people all excited, like, they're going to do Halo 5, and then we're like, no, we're not, and they're like, no.
Fuck, damn you guys.
God damn it, I thought they were doing Halo 5.
Make up your goddamn mind.
Fucking douchebags.
Pick a goddamn topic that can go with it.
Anyway. So yeah, that wraps this one up. So, yeah, I'm here with my good pal, Ryan.
Hey.
You keep changing your noise.
I know, because I'm special.
You're like spontaneous. Girls like that, eh?
Girls like that? Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Spontaneous. Girls like it when you're outside and you just throw them on the ground and start doing it. Don't do that.
No, just guys don't
Girls
do
say
that.
it's like spontaneous in the middle of the street. Just start going at it. Spontaneous, baby. Like,
I wouldn't recommend doing it in the middle of the street.
I think you'll get several charges for that.
Yeah, I think you'll get several serious charges for that.
I don't know. We'll figure out what we talk about next week. Anyway, this is Dark Alley Productions' official YouTube page, Wyatt Stacy and Ryan Campbell.
Yeah.
Signing off.